TechCrunch says MrBeast blindness video puts systematic ableism on display. Holy smokes. They're still talking about this 3 weeks later. TechCrunch, you missed your chance to get some money in the news cycle of that MrBeast backlash stuff. And now 3 weeks later, you got to come out with your article trying to get hate clicks about it. Guess what, TechCrunch? I don't think you care about blindness or ableism. I think you desperately need some money to keep your website afloat. And I'll gladly show you why I think that is. Before I do, please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy segments like this, as it certainly does help the channel out. Before we even read that nonsensical article, let me show you something about the author, Steven. You can take a look at the articles they made for TechCrunch. Interestingly enough, they stopped writing articles back in 2019. Now they suddenly pop up, they spawn 4 years later to write this nonsense about MrBeast. Kinda weird. There's also just something rather comedic about this dude writing a bunch of Apple reviews. That was like his thing, Apple review guy. And then Apple is associated with alleged slave labor and practices like that in China. And then 4 years later, this dude's just suddenly trying to virtue signal. He's like, oh, I really care about this systematic stuff and ableism and whatnot. Yeah, sure you do. This is the classic case where people just want money and they try to get it from virtue signaling. Well, rather, virtue signaling and hate clicks. However, I've got an archive of the articles, so nice try. Recently, megastar creator MrBeast, they say, posted a video to his YouTube in which he spotlights numerous blind and visually impaired people who have undergone a surgical procedure that cures their blindness. As of this writing, this video has been viewed more than 76 million times, and the response have been visceral in both praise and contempt. For his part, MrBeast has taken to Twitter to publicly bemoan the fact that so many are so angry at him for putting on what amounts to a publicity stunt under the guise of selfless charity. Yeah, who should I believe? MrBeast, who verifiably, helped 1,000 people get cured of blindness, plus all the other stuff he's done that's really, really good, and all the overjoyed people in his video that are really, really thankful for what he did for them? Or should I believe the author of this TechCrunch article, who really doesn't seem to care about any of this stuff at all? The truth is straightforward. The video was more ableist than altruistic. Bro, if you look at a video where people are getting cured and they're overjoyed and you think this is bad and evil, it says a lot about your character. It says a lot about you as a person. Continuing. Before delving into the many layers of why this video is troublesome, it's... let me break that down. Sorry to pause again already. Yeah, delving into many layers, what that equates to is we're going to pad this article with a bunch of nonsensical text to pad the watch time. Excuse me, not the watch time. The length of time people are on the website page for SEO purposes. Continuing now. It's important to issue a caveat. However problematic MrBeast's premise is producing the video, the people who participate, the patients and their doctors, should not be vilified. I mean, you're kind of doing that, though. They made the decision to go through with their surgery of their own volition. That almost seems like they're vilifying them, right? Already. It's like they made the decision to go through with the surgery. What do you expect them to do? No, I don't want to partake in this. MrBeast is a bigot. I read an article from TechCrunch, so I'm going to remain blind. Bro, what? The reasoning behind making this choice goes far beyond the scope of this article. In the broadcast lens, the biggest problem with wanting to cure blindness is that it reinforces... Oh my gosh, this seems like a talking point that they just copied. Okay, I know I'm pausing a lot, guys, but what we're about to read, it's probably going to seem like something they just put into an AI that's like a virtue signal AI. Here we go. In the broadcast lens, the biggest problems with wanting to cure blindness is that it reinforces a moral superiority of sorts by those without disabilities over those who are disabled. Although not confronted nearly as often as racism and sexism, systematic ableism is pervasive through all parts of society. Oh my gosh. The fact of the matter is that the majority of abled people view disability as a failure to the human condition. As such, people with disabilities should be mourned and pitied. More pointedly, as MrBeast stated in his video's thumbnail, disabilities should be eradicated, cured. What? I don't even think I need to respond to that. That's just insanity. Continuing. On one level, disability being viewed as a failure of the human condition is technically correct. Wait, what? Oh, this really is made by an AI or something. Why am I wasting time reading this? You know what, guys? How long is this article? Oh my gosh. I was right. This is just a bunch of nonsense for SEO and hate clicks. At least in my opinion. Bro, look how much nonsense they wrote on this. What the heck? I was going to click off the article, not even waste any more time on this, and go to the responses to the tweet. Let's just check this part out though real quick. At a fundamental level, MrBeast's video is inspiration adult content meant to portray abled people as the selfless heroes waging war against the diabolical villain known as disability. Holy smokes. I hope an AI wrote this, because if a human actually wrote this, bro, if the author that claims to be the author of this article really is the author of this article and it's not an AI, this person got problems. This person got some serious problems waging war against a diabolical villain known as disability. And it's ultimately not meant for the disabled person. It's for abled people to feel good about themselves and disabled people to strive. And disabled people striving to become more like them, more normal. For the disability community, inspiration. I don't even want to repeat this just because it's such a weird thing to say. That's why I'm not saying it. It's not even for like monetization purposes. It's just freaking weird. I don't want to repeat that. Like, what is this person talking about? That is often met with such derision because the message isn't about us as human beings. It's about a group that's less than the masses. This is where structural ableism again rears its ugly head. Okay, no, just no. It really seems like the only person who's ableist here is the author of this article. Enough of that nonsense. Let's take a look at MrBeast's response to TechCrunch. By the way, let's first take a look at the analytics. TechCrunch getting 4,400 likes for that article. Oh, readers even added context. Okay, hold on. This article was written based on speculation and opinion rather than fact. As stated in the video, these people requested and asked for the surgery and were not forced to do it just to appear in a video. The article by TechCrunch is a misrepresentation of the video. Yeah, I think that's putting it nicely, but I guess I agree. MrBeast saying, so you'd prefer we don't help people get life-changing surgery they want and they asked for? And going back to the analytics, MrBeast got 132.3 thousand likes. First TechCrunch is 4,400. I think it's fair to say that this is kind of shocking that it even got 4,400 likes, but you guys know how Twitter is. Jerry says, the only issue I have with it is that instead of just doing it because these people requested it, you filmed it to make back the money you spent on it. Oh yes, how dare he recoup some of the losses so that he can continue operations. Yeah, he's better off just shutting everything down. Similarly to helping the homeless on camera, you don't need to film every good thing you do. Who says he films every good thing he does, by the way? You don't know that. Ellis responds, saying, so he can either help people a few times, quickly burning through his cash, or he could film it with the consent of the individuals, make back the money, and have the ability to do it over and over again. Seems like a good idea to me. Jerry says, seems is the key word. He owns several other avenues of profit that if he doesn't record his good deeds for clout, his wallet isn't going to hurt none. Yeah, so Jerry, that's obviously ridiculous. You clearly don't have any concept of how expensive the production is for his videos and how all this business actually works. And even if his other channels are profitable, he has claimed that he incurs around a $1.5 million loss per video on the main channel, to my recollection. So he's going to have a tough time breaking even at the very least. We got Asmongold responding to TechCrunch saying, thank you in advance for this content. We got the Act Man as well. I'm not going to show the text to his meme. There's some profanity there, but he's basically saying that the author is an idiot. I feel like the article almost makes a good point. Almost, but no. Let me stop you there. It doesn't. It's a bad article. The article, yeah. This is the moment TechCrunch officially fell off. Been a long time coming. We don't have to keep doing this. Used to respect this publication. Now it's just a trash news site. I'm so glad MrBeast did that video and helped all them people. Just goes to show how bad USA healthcare is, and Jimmy could actually make a difference in some people's lives with paying for the surgery. Please don't stop being amazing. Jimmy, much love from the UK. Are you kidding me? I'm a chronically disabled person. I'd give almost anything to be healthy. What are you talking about? The guy helped some people. That's good. There's no moral superiority here. Just he could help. He helped. All he wanted to do is to get recognition. So what? Yeah, I don't think that person is saying that MrBeast just wants recognition. I think they're saying, like, hypothetically, if that's all he wants, so what? So I probably don't need to defend MrBeast on this, but I'll give you my opinion really briefly here. It's probably somewhere in the middle. Like, part of MrBeast probably likes the recognition, of course. I'm sure part of him also just likes helping people as well, though. And he's managed to do both, which is pretty cool. In closing, the author has also already protected their Twitter account. I don't know if they protected it like right before the article came out, like a preemptive protection because they knew they'd get backlash for making such a garbage, hate-filled, smearing hit piece type of article. Arguably a evil thing to do, especially because we are talking about blindness. We are talking about people that had to live with blindness for years and years and years and years. And this dude tried to make something bad out of them getting the help that they requested from MrBeast. Like I said, it's arguably an evil thing. This guy may have known that he was going to get a lot of backlash for it. Goes into protected mode early. Conversely, he may have already been in protected mode for a while. I don't know. But that's the situation. Yeah, great dude. Really, really great person. Wonderful job, Steven. I'll leave it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing what you say, and I'll also catch you in the next segment on the way.